Good morning, Willow Springs. I'm Cora Craver.
And I'm Abram Smith.
This is Miss Smith's 8th period media class, and WSMS News starts now!
STAR testing begins in 2 days. Make sure to be prepared.
Special Olympics are on Friday. We have an interview with our Special Olympics coach at the high school to explain exactly what happens.
Some people think our generation is socially behind and they are still attributing it to the shutdown. How accurate is that? We explore.
Also, for the 8th period Media 2 class, this is our last announcements. There are many people that work behind the scenes and in front of the camera to make the announcements possible. A montage coming up showcasing everyone in our class.
All this and more coming up on WSMS News. Welcome back. This is Willow Springs News. It is officially spring with thunderstorms and tornadoes.
Sion, we have noticed the weather has been getting warmer in the past few days. What is the weather like this week?
Last week and this week have gone significantly hotter, with the highs reaching the high 70s and even 80s. Even throughout the entire country is seeing some surprisingly hot temperatures. We know that April showers bring May flowers, but we didn't see any rain last week. Though this Thursday and Friday is expected to be rainy with some stormy weather, we will be seeing the sun a lot throughout the month, so make sure to be safe and be prepared with some sun protection. The tornado season has already begun, and numerous violent and deadly tornadoes have already ravaged through our country. Our first major tornado of the season happened on March 24th, destroying multiple cities like Rolling Fork, Mississippi, over a 59-mile path. This tornado was rated an EF4 and also seemed to lift off from the ground a few times, then form again as a tornado, ravaging through even more cities. This storm damaged one side to the other of Mississippi over a 100-mile path, counting the other tornadoes from the same storm. This wasn't the only tornado that caused ruckus, as there was a rare Delaware tornado, a violent Iowa tornado, and even tornadoes in Missouri that caused 5 confirmed casualties. Though this tornado season will strengthen into May, with May being the worst month of the tornado season. That's all for your weather. This is your weatherman, Sion Mahapatra, signing off.
Thanks, Sion. And now for our top story. STAR is coming up very soon, so we are all getting prepared.
If we don't do good on our STAR tests, what will that mean for our district?
STAR is in 2 weeks and finals are just around the corner. Many students are getting worried for the test ahead. Here's Ms. Gambrell about this topic.
The point of STAR testing is for the state to monitor the standards that have been set by the state. That is what teachers are expected to teach. So the STAR tests are supposed to check that students are able to show that they learned that information accurately. It is sometimes used to rate the schools on their A to F rating.
With tests comes stress. Here are some study tips to help manage the weight.
Don't forget that you can always ask for scratch paper during test. Even though everything is online, your teachers are going to have some tips for asking for scratch paper and what you can use that for. It's going to be a lot of memory recall, but then applying that level 1 information. So your memory recall is what you got to use that scratch paper for, and kind of like brain dump and get what you need out, especially for social studies.
It starts on day 1 because all of our materials are aligned to the state of Texas TEKS. So we don't ever teach anything that students don't need to know. And so all of our lessons, our homeworks, and our practices from day 1 are getting them ready. But then in a couple of weeks, we start just preparing them with extra sessions on test-taking strategies, how to use their calculator, how to check their work, and doing their best. I expect several students to have perfect scores, more students than ever, hopefully, to have mastery, and all of my students to get meets.
Although taking finals in STAR is inevitable and stressful, it also marks the end of school year. So make sure to study hard and to not regret the last important test of 7th and 8th grade.
Good luck to everyone.
There's no reason to be nervous for this test. Just make sure you study. If you're struggling in a subject, please contact your teachers for tutoring.
Our soccer teams have been doing fantastic, and we hope they finish out the year strong.
Yes, our soccer teams have been doing great, as well as our baseball team. They've only lost 1 game so far this season, and we're hoping they keep doing great.
Last Tuesday, 8th grade girls had an away game and won 8-1. Kylie Davinsky had 2 goals and 2 assists, and Kinsey Lavender had another hat trick.
Also, 8th grade boys won 2-0 against Wiley Burnett. William Russell and Colby Hudson had a goal. Jet Manders had a yellow card and 2 assists.
7th grade played home. Girls lost 0-1 and boys won 1-0. Rohan had an amazing goal.
The Masters was last weekend. Tiger Woods withdrew on Saturday, and John Rahm ended up winning with a score of 12 under.
Amateur Texas A&M student Sam Bennett ended up tied for 16th place with a score of 2 under. He also set an all-time record for the lowest front 9 amateur score, 4 under.
Lovejoy Baseball is doing great. They are currently 8-1 in district. They have made the playoffs this year. That's it for sports. Evan Novotny signing off.
Cade Lynch signing off.
Now for what's making headlines.
Leaked documents from the Pentagon could cause a big security risk for the country. Here is Natalie and Spencer to tell us all about it.
Welcome back to Headline News. I'm Spence Fallis.
And I'm Natalie O'Donnell. An arrest has been made in connection with leaked classified documents. The FBI has arrested a 21-year-old Massachusetts Air National Guard who was linked to an online group associated with the documents.
The government discovered these classified pages online a month ago with no idea how much intelligence had been leaked. Part of the information talked about secret assessments of Ukraine's combat power and possible spying on Russia by the U.S. Reports also say some of the information could have been altered. The Texas Senate has passed a bill that would provide $8,000 of taxpayer money for families to move their kids from public to private schools, including religious schools. It faces a more challenging face in the House, but if passed, Governor Abbott says he would sign it.
The Arkansas State House okays a bill that would force kids to get the parents' approval to access social media. The sponsors of the bill say social media is a major cause for depression in children and teens. The move follows similar legislation from Utah. Critics argue enforcement is difficult and could raise privacy concerns.
Famous entrepreneurs and tech leaders make a major plea to halt further development of AI. Twitter CEO Elon Musk and Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak have signed an open letter asking AI labs to immediately halt development. They are worried machines could flood the internet with propaganda, take away too many jobs, making humans obsolete, and we could risk the loss of control of civilization. I'm Spence Fallis signing off.
And I'm Natalie O'Donnell signing off.
Originally made it in graphic arts because we also had an assignment in there about the STEM festival. So I had like 1 or 2 days to make it there, and then the assignment appeared in STEM 8. So I'm like, oh, that'll be cool. I can just submit my assignment that I did in graphic arts, and then just 2 months later, I ended up winning somehow.
Fentanyl is a synthetic opioid that is up to 50 times stronger than heroin and 80 to 100 times stronger than morphine. Fentanyl kills 1 person every 9 minutes.
Well, fentanyl comes, it's made in China and then shipped to Mexico, and then those drugs are pushed up here into the United States onto the street, into other forms of drugs, medication, pain pills, those type of things.
Fentanyl poisoning has surpassed COVID-19 deaths, suicide, and vehicle accidents in the number of deaths in the past 3 years.
Why would drug dealers want to kill their customers?
Well, I don't think they necessarily want to kill their customers, but it's all about making money. So whatever they have to do to make money, they're comfortable with that, because at the end of the day, they don't know you.
The only safe medications are the ones that come from licensed and medical professionals. The Drug Enforcement Administration warns that pills purchased outside of a licensed pharmacy are illegal, dangerous, and potentially lethal. Remember, 1 pill kills. I'm Chase Hunke.
And I'm Cameron Johnson. The reading star is this week. 7th grade is on Wednesday, and the 8th grade star is on Thursday.
Other stars are coming up. Make sure to keep studying past material to score mastery. Mrs. Miller tells us how to prepare.
What should students do the night before to prepare for STAR?
The number one thing is to get a great night's sleep. So go to bed early. So that means putting away technology, turning off the TV, maybe reading a book, listening to some good music, but going to bed and getting a full 8 to 10 hours of good sleep.
What should students bring to school for the STAR?
Before they get here, they should definitely eat a good breakfast at home and making sure they get some good protein, some good carbs, so they feel full. The second thing to bring is a good book to read after they finish their test, and things that they should not bring would be a cell phone, because they're going to have to turn those cell phones in, and so it's always a good idea just to keep those at home that day.
What strategy should students use while taking the STAR?
They should definitely use all of the strategies that their amazing teachers have taught them all year. So taking their time, not rushing and pacing themselves, and then all the strategies that their teachers have let them know.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Best of luck. Don't stress out. Take a deep breath, and they're going to do amazing.
8th grade graduation is on May 13th. 8th graders, your parents should have been sent an email to send in 3 photos of yourself to submit to the Class of 2027 classroom. All photos are due May 1st with no extension.
The Choir Pop concert is May 9th. Make sure to support your friends in their performance. This concert will include the songs Somebody You Love by Lewis Capaldi, Finale B from Rent, Africa by Toto, and along with many solos.
The Special Olympics are Friday. We have an exclusive interview with the director to show how these athletes prepare and celebrate their achievements.
Last week was the Orchestra Solo Ensemble competition here at Willow Springs. Here are some musicians to explain how they did.
I won an exemplary award. It's the highest award you can get. I guess you can call it a 0. And I've been playing the piece for a month now, and I really don't want to see the piece again.
That's it for entertainment.
This is Cameron Johnson
and Chase Hunke signing off.
Have a good day, and remember,
For the last time for Miss 8th period Media 2 class,
Leopards roar as one, roar!
As you now know, this is our last announcements for our 8th period Media 2 class. There are many other people that work behind the scenes, as well as the people that you see on the announcements every week that make the announcements possible. We all wanted a chance to sign off and recognize everyone in our Media 2 class for what they have done. We would like to give a big shout out to all the editors and cameramen in our class. The announcements would not be possible without you.
This is Cora Craver,
Abram Smith,
Ann Mahapatra,
Tristan Foreman, Ben Reinhardt, Zevin Novotny,
Brendan Peters, Ethan Topchick.
This is the Cameron Johnson,
Chase Hunke,
Lila Schooner,
Tegan Harris,
Michaela Martin,
Madison Mejia,
Cameron Pett,
Cicero Sornia,
Roseanne Ahmed,
Lauren Coons,
McKenna Grubbs,
Kennedy Olson,
Natalie O'Donnell,
Kendall Burnett,
Reed Boardman,
Alice Leaf,
Natalia Vizcaíno,
Layla Shrivel,
Morales,
Spence Faust,
Kinsey Rogers, Charlie Morse,
Evan Goins.
This is Mrs. Smith signing off.